Alright, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone of all well. And Shalom to the Arkim that are teaching this word around the globe with faith and truth and sincerity. This is Brother Caleb from the GMS London Forecasters Camp coming back at you with another lesson to edify the Lord's elect. As always, I'd like to start by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites. The real Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and West Africans predominantly. However, you are going to get Israelites that do look like the other nations, because Israel as a people has been scattered amongst all people throughout our various captivities. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite, no matter what you may look like, because the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18 states that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So I was watching a very interesting video here, and you have this I suppose what you could call this political commentator called Noam Chomsky talking about colonialism. Yeah, and a lot of people, extol his words very highly. I don't particularly, but I was just watching this thing and it came up and this guy was on there talking. And he basically tells on himself and his own people, because Noam Chomsky is an Edomite. And what you Edomites have done is you've gone around the world stealing everything you've ever acquired. You never got it by fair means. You've done it by, is it the duplicitous means, if that's the word to use. And so for those of you who don't know who the Edomites are, you Edomites are predominantly what would be called white people on the earth today. Now, there's no such thing as white people or black people. For example, as you can see, my beard is black, my hooded top is black, my hair is black, but my skin is brown. Just in likewise, these Edomites, they're not white. Their skin is red because their blood shows forth through their skin. And this whole black-white construct thing was just a way of Esau, which is, again, the progenitor of you Edomites, which is predominantly so-called white people. This whole black-white thing has been set up in order to slander the children of Israel, which is a curse going back to the curses we're under of Deuteronomy 28 from verse 15 on down, that would become a proverb and a byword amongst our enemies. So, that's all part of that. But, yeah, you Edomites, you're wicked-ass people, and you're the people against whom the Most High Yahweh has indignation against forever. And you're going to see why when I play this video, because this devil, Noam Chomsky, he admits what his people have done. Because he knows what he's done the research. He knows what the so-called Americans have done. And he's just sitting there like it don't even matter. Let's play this.
Well, like any term about human affairs, it covers a vast range. There's all kinds of colonialism. I mean, the worst kind of colonialism is what's called settler colonialism. A settler colonialism, like the United States and Australia, means you exterminate the indigenous population. Maybe not 100%, but, pretty close. So that's the absolute worst kind of colonialism. That's us.
You see, he just admitted out of his own mouth that settler colonialism, its whole purpose was to wipe out indigenous peoples. So when you went over to the Americas, which was where the northern tribes are dwelling, you went over there with the intention of decimating the population and colonizing the Americas for yourself. So really, you've stolen that land, and that's why the land. Let me get it. You should not. Let me get these precepts. Bear with me. Psalm 68 and 4. Is that what I want? Let's check. That's not what I want. (64 and 8). Got the numbers the wrong way around. Alright, Psalm 64 verse 8. It says, So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's exactly what happened there. That guy Noam Chomsky, his tongue fell upon himself. He admitted that settler colonialism, which is what you so-called Edomites have done, is the worst form of colonialism. And that's what you've done in order to acquire America, in order to acquire all Australia and other lands and resources. That's exactly what you've done. So this is a fulfillment of prophecy where it says, Psalms 64 and 8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away. So let me get the one about the blood. You should not shed the blood. Blood defiles the land. Yes, this is Numbers 35 and 33. Yeah, and this says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I, Yahweh, dwell among the children of Israel. So you're not supposed to defile the land with the blood, but that's exactly what you Edomites who went over and colonialized these various lands, particularly starting with the United States of America, did. You slaughtered the indigenous people, which was us Israelites, the tribes of Gad, tribes of Reuben, and you put them on reservations. Not only that, you did the similar works in South Americas as well, but mainly in North America, where Judah and Israel were oppressed together, Northern and Southern Kingdom. What else do I want to get? Because thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. Yes, Ezekiel 35 and 6. Let's get that. Yeah, this says, yes. Let's read from the top. Ezekiel 35 from verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. Mount Seir is the historical dwelling place of the Edomites, and prophesy against it. Because the people, it's a people before it's a place. So Mount Seir represents Esau and Edom. And say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh, the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, which is what Esau's blessing is, the killing instruments. In the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity, had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with slain men, with his slain men in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Because thou hast said, These two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas Yahweh was there. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will do even according to thine anger, and according to thine envy which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, They are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus saith the Lord Power, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate, as thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so I will do unto thee, and thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. So Esau's got a great judgment to come when the Lord Yahushua returns for all of this colonialism, all this bloodshedding, bloodshedding, all this bloodshed. Esau's got to pay for it, and he's not going to get away. He's not going to be able to escape. He's gotten away with it so far, but it's just because the Most High hasn't pulled his card yet. But the Most High is getting ready to do that. So for that, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And shalom to Akim, teaching this word with faith and truth. And until the next lesson, Lord willing, I say shalom, wa abad babal, wa akwam yashu'ala. Shalom.